I'm Amelia, but you can call me Amy. My best friend is Beth, and she has an older sister called Jill who used to bully me for being smarter. Due to a misunderstanding, I stopped visiting Beth's house and didn't see her again until her 18th birthday. On that occasion, she wrongly accused me of harassing her boyfriend.
Shut up. My house, my rules. So when I say you tried to snatch him, then that means you did.
Fortunately, she moved away shortly after, and I was relieved. Many years later, we arranged a dinner party with our other friends Liz, Kelly, and Megan. Beth kindly offered to drive me and Kelly to the restaurant because neither of us can drive, which was especially helpful. When we arrived at Beth's flat, Jill answered the door. This was a surprise for both of us. I wished Beth had told us that Jill would be there, because both of us had experienced problems with Jill in the past. Despite the situation, we were cordial with her. Kelly greeted Jill and complimented her dress, while I acknowledged her too. Hey Jill, it's been a minute. How have you been? But Jill decided to ignore Kelly and turn to me, saying hurtful things.
Better than you ever were or will be. Looks like once a pale freak, always a pale freak.
I finally snapped and confronted her about holding on to old grudges. Well, at least I'm not a dumb and insecure chump who picks on brainy middle schoolers in order to feel better about herself. It's been 14 long years already, so do America a big fat favor and grow the duck up. That made Jill ran off in angry tears, shouting.
That's it. Until that ungrateful pig apologizes, nobody's going nowhere.
And because of that, Beth threw a hissy fit.
What the hell have you done? She was our backup ride.
Beth explained that her car had been totaled 2 days ago, so Jill offered to chauffeur us. But since I was, quote, being rude to her, I've ruined everything. Beth decided not to take us to the restaurant and asked us to leave. Kelly and I called our other friends to update them on the situation. We now had to pay for a cab, and our friend group is divided. Lizzie thought I should just apologize to cut the tension, but Megan believed it was long overdue and that Jill had it coming. Beth is now refusing to speak to any of us except Liz, who wholeheartedly agrees with her.
Come on, Liz. Let's bounce.
It was getting ridiculous, so I am considering cutting off ties with Beth. I realize they see me as a peacekeeper and not an actual friend. A month went by in a blur, and I still haven't heard from Beth, but Liz has been bombarding me with texts and voicemails, saying I was out of line and I owe the three of them big apologies for my behavior.
You'll need to start making it up to me, Beth, and Jill with an expensive dinner, and Amy will be footing the bill, of course.
I obviously refuse her dumb demands. That alone convinced me even more to cut ties with them for good. I met up with Megan and Kelly at a cafe to let them know that apologizing to Jill is off limits for me. Apparently, she's stuck in her high school queen bee phase, and I'd be happy if I never saw her again. I'm done swallowing my feelings because Liz and Beth are unapologetic psychos themselves. I'm happy to say that I'm cutting off all ties with them too.
Yeah man, out with them I say.
Megan and Kelly agreed with my decision to separate from our friend group. They understood the situation and were also tired of Liz and Beth's shenanigans. We all had a long discussion about it and came to the conclusion that Beth and Liz are the friends from hell. At least they have each other, right? They showed me the messages they got from Beth and Liz, where I was portrayed as the bad guy, and bashing them for siding with me. Liz even reminded them that I ruined her wedding by not attending due to my surgery, which made me laugh. But that was half a decade ago, and now I'm hearing that I ruined everything because some guests asked me about my health at the reception, which took away all her attention.
Hello? Ain't y'all forgetting whose day this is?
She turned into a bridezilla, leading to an immediate divorce. I feel guilty about this situation to this day. I tried to apologize, but Lizzie, being the pig head that she is, just shut it down. We saved our messages, just in case, because we know that they would stop at nothing to ruin our reputations through social media or anything else. 5 days later, we were enjoying a drama and gadget-free 2-week vacation to Hershey Park Resort. We went on so many roller coasters, water slides, and all with huge smiles on our faces. When I turned on my phone on the flight back home, I found out that my hunch about Beth and Liz was correct. There were posts on social media, spreading lots of filthy untrue rumors about me, Kelly, and Megan.
Uh-oh, Amy. Looks like you have another notification on your phone.
WTF is this?
What in the world are you still doing in the country? Just leave already!
Oh, we gonna tell everyone you try to steal from us. Your choice.
Those women are crazy as fluff.
You said it, Kels. When we finally reached home, I was greeted with a nightmarish scene. My house is on fire. There were firefighters doing their best to put it out, and police officers arresting Jill. What the duck just happened?
This crazy lady was committing arson on your property, so I called the cops and the fire department.
Why?
Look, scumbag, if you're not willing to apologize for what you've said to me, I can't let you live happily, let alone live at all.
Well, guess what's stupid? I didn't have to. If anything, your sister, and Liz each should be the ones apologizing for how you treated me and my pals for all these years. Of course, she refused to show any ounce of remorse, so I obviously took it to court.
All right now, this court finds in favor of Amelia Thneed and orders Bethany Daniels and Elizabeth Pizzaman to pay a $40,000 fine each for defamation. And as for Jillian Daniels, I hereby sentence her to 6 years in the county jail and 2 more of community service. Court adjourned.
If it weren't for you being buddy-buddy with those losers, none of this would have happened.
Trust me, sis. If I didn't need any help with my homework, I would have taken your advice and abandoned them a long time ago.
Yeah, and I could have just ignored Megan if I had enough lunch money to last a full school year.
And now we lost 80 grand to them. Word got out to our families, and they're all thinking of disowment and firing us from Liz's dad's pizzeria.
Well, at least we have each other, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
All right, ladies. Visitation hours are over.
As for me, I stayed in Megan's villa until the court hearing, but after I got my well-deserved compensation from the monsters, I bought a swanky new house of my own, and now I'm treating Megan and Kelly out for dinner at a fancy Chinese restaurant to thank them for being the true friends I've ever had, and for sticking by me all the way. And finally, I never heard from neither Beth, Liz, nor Jill ever again.